All the crazy shit I did tonight, those would be the best memories.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Okay, notes from the architect. A cross?
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Psychology, she ought to make an effort to remember.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
Very nice. Some nails.
Some nails?
Don't ask
Nails.
me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course.
Yes. The Jesus of Judas.
Exegesis. Anything else?
Jesus of Judas.
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it. It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room behind the chimney.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We
Yes,
haven't
of
got
course.
a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
Others? Gutenberg
This
Bible?
is the book in which you left your correspondence with Duchess Hillsborough, isn't it?
That's right.
You still believe it's in the tower room, don't you?
I don't know. There is only one way to find out, though.
Right. I shall go and see.
Our military
There's
sphere?
one in the portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
What did you do then?
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I lost my hand before I did need one. And you can see the result.
I don't know, use an arm. Dates?
What do you mean by the concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you.
Okay.
One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud.
Oh, man.
How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find
That's true.
that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us. And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
6466. Questioning agility. Oh, we've read everything. Armistice fee, the nails, the Bible. Oh, yeah, I've talked to her about everything. Let's have a look then, shall we? Full on golden elixir.
A ruble. Famous cross of Clement III.
Oh, nice. That was easy.
And one key found.
Straight and locked, just like that. Ask my mother how it works. Analyze
Let's see
by
if I can
myself.
work it out myself. It looks like a kind of control panel.
Looks like erudition.
Looks like certain mechanisms I've seen before. I wouldn't be surprised if I had to put the Clement III cross in it.
Yeah, obviously. Vigilance, not maybe not.
Tell me, Mother, you wouldn't know anything that might save me some time, would you?
That's where you'll have to put the Clement III cross.
Yes.
You insert the cross into the slot, and it will open the iris. But don't do it straight away. Start by gathering everything together, because you've seen what happens when you try to go too fast. You ought to go, Louis. If someone finds us here, the situation might well become seriously complicated.
Yeah. Can I tell her about that I found the cross?
Why a cross?
Well, I found...
But you lost it.
How...
Because
Well...
Okay. Okay. About that.
What on earth is that? A disc with information engraved in the metal? An iris that should open, I imagine, and blood.
About the outer disc. Speak about
Mother?
the blood.
the dried blood, there.
Yes, it's mine. Sorry if I stained everything, but I must admit that at the time my thoughts were more on the pain than cleaning up after myself.
Speak about the
There are
outer
Roman
disc.
numerals, Arab numbers, and town names.
Go on. I'm listening. What do you think?
Do I do that right now, dude? I go back. Leave. I think we can do that later. To actually find everything. Collector's coin. Du-du-du-du-du. Oh, wow, I found finding a lot of stuff. Okay. Thorn. Nice. Another book. Make it easy for me.
Carmelite water.
What was that? You have an occult air symbol. What did I unlock? I unlocked the trait, right? Valor, finesse. Links. You can once point in vigilance. You found the 7th word cross that Sarah lost, obviously, right? You had to. I'm full on everything once again, so no point running around trying to grab the things that are still left around here. Let's go in. Oh, I could go in here. Why am I trying?
A fragment of amber.
Yeah, why not? Open it. I don't want to go upstairs just yet. Let's go through the boring rooms that we've went through a lot of times already. And knock them out first. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. To go here again, right?
Let's see if the statues are in place yet.
Oh, they're turned again.
That statue is not positioned correctly.
Wiggle the statue around. Shield. Okay, thank you.
Open sesame.
Thank you, thank you. Okay.
So that's Pandora's box? An urn? Mother seemed worried that I was able to open it. I wonder why. So, I did well not to touch it.
Oh my god, I wanted to open it. But I actually messed up. And then it didn't let me interact with it again. So I guess that's lucky me. This is the Bible. Oh no, the exegesis.
So that's the exegesis of Judas. I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Mm-hmm. Exegesis is in my position.
Caesar's laurel wreath. If Mortimer really is what my mother says he is, it could mean... No, that's impossible. No, not Caesar. The ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is several centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend.
Any more things? Oh, this one?
Given all the relics preserved here, it wouldn't surprise me if Mortimer claimed it was Excalibur.
Okay, let's
Right.
go.
I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Okay, that's one knocked out. Well, two actually. Doom. Doom, doom. I mean, I'm full on this.
No space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Royal jelly. Actually, let me just do that. I'll eat it. Eat the jelly.
I have no space left. I'll
Yeah,
retrieve it later.
Oh, yeah, another one then.
Right.
Circe.
Nice, okay. We have a lot of effort points now. Play around with. Dum, da, 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 dum. Oh, a die. Hello?
Ah, Doriche. Nice try with George Washington.
Ah.
You are still a little raw to be able to manipulate an old wolf like him, but what could be expected? So don't blame yourself.
You think you could have handled it?
Certainly.
What can I do for you?
I'm dreaming. My mother was right. He's not going to tell me one word about what happened to Emily.
To tell you the truth, I'm in search of an armillary sphere. You wouldn't know where I can find it, would you?
Oh,
Well, well. So you do have a passion for astronomy. Von Wollner has already bored me quite enough with all of his endless stories. You ought to concentrate, Louis. Politics is an art that requires all one's attention. Refrain from spreading yourself too thin, and leave stargazing to the poets.
What can I say? I am only...
Ask Volner. I am sure he must have it among his effects.
Perfect.
Thank you, my Lord Duke.
Leave me now.
See you later.
Okay, thanks for that, I guess. Thank you for that, Duke. Point of speaking to him. We'll look around here. Ooh, hello. Want a part?
Not too shocked.
I beg your pardon?
About Peru this morning. I asked you if you weren't too shocked by it all.
And yourself?
And yourself? Not too shook up?
The only thing that matters to me about that stupid man Peru is the disastrous situation in which it puts us for the conference vote. I wonder why Mortimer even allowed him to roam around the manor armed. He was a veritable public danger.
Indeed. You don't seem to be too affected. Tell me. I was wondering.
Well, of course I already have it. Let's go about the armillage.
You wouldn't know where to find an armillary sphere, would you?
Do you really think this is the right time? Oh, ask Volner. I am sure he will know. What with him being passionate about astronomy, you ought to get on fine together. Leave me now. I need to think of a solution.
I won't keep you any longer.
Okay.
See you later, monsieur.
Yeah, that was pretty pointless, I guess. Used up an effort point for nothing. Practically nothing. Let's go to the conference room. I'm full on everything, right? Yep. Yep. But I could still open this.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
Oh, I can do everything. Use the left key. Look. Use the right key. 2. Oh, royal jelly. Oh, I have. I'll take more. It's inside anywhere. Not picked up. Okay, I need to wait for all the low notifications to pass. Carmelite water. That's elixir. It's Carmelite water. Jeez, then. Okay. We have Carmelite water in here, okay. Well, Carmelite water. I can drink all the elixir here. Let's see why not, especially since there's one right here.
Golden elixir.
Okay, well, I've touched all the downstairs. Wait. I don't want to check if I can go outside. Let's see. Or maybe going the other way would have actually been quicker. Map. I'm here. This is probably the most freedom that I'll get in terms of like roaming around. So we need to go everywhere. So everything will be accessible. Okay. can actually leave. Oh, okay. That's good to check. We are back in. Oh, yeah, we need to find all the other items. Really? Emily?
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess. Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice.
What is happening here, Emily? What is this?
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Oh, wow, really? Is French really that powerful?
The Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds. Painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting.
Okay, dude. Oh, bride. An effort to find him a husband.
A fragment of amber.
Yeah, baby. I love me some amber. Okay, what's over here?
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. T.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
Okay. Personal indeed. Alright, have a look. Her bedroom. Oh, I've actually had a look through this already, right? Oh,
William Pitt, the elder, Earl of Chatham. Emily works with his son.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. 2 coils circle the lock.
is for 3. For free. Oh, there's a letter.
Dear Gregory, thank you for the information. I've managed to find out about the names you gave me. George Washington is a man you can trust. In spite of his obvious talent for politics, he has remained upright and honest. On the other hand, as you may well know, he is already doing business with Lord Mortimer. It will be more difficult to approach him. Napoleon Bonaparte was unknown to me until today. He's a passionate young French soldier for whom Mortimer predicts a promising future. Take heed. He is a man of conviction, which to my mind makes him potentially dangerous. As for Sarah de Richet, what more is there to say? You already know each other. She was apparently invited by Lord Mortimer about an ongoing matter in Paris that concerns a receiver in stolen art. See you soon. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Alright. The letters I had a look at already.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Okay, so if we need devil's thorn, we can have it here. With some vigilance. It's the Duchess Hillsborough's room. Oh, whose room is this? Napoleon's. I can enter here. Not here. Not here. Yeah, I can only enter Napoleon's room. Okay. Oh yeah, so we've only had a around this main part here. Oh, how's Jacques?
Sorry, sir, but Mr. Peru is not seeing visitors at the moment. He's resting and is to see no one. Good luck.
See ya. Up here. Bible, Linnaeus, and this here. Here I could apparently find in on the Foreigner's room. You can probably find the Bible here. Still be here.
Ah,
Oh
Louis,
my god.
glad you're here.
Blasted. He's gonna talk about my mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters.
Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain. There must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
Manipulation, max level, skill free to use.
If you want my opinion, a servant must have burnt some old papers. That's all.
Oh, he's immune.
Why, of course. You very nearly made me think that you were trying to hide something, Louis. No, I'm sure there must be other hidden messages.
He won't let go. He's going to work his way back to the Bible if he continues.
Let me just take it right now, bro.
The Bible's still there.
You just grab it right now, then.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Here. It's the left key. It's the right key. Golden elixir. I can drink some golden elixir. It's so dark in here, it's crazy. Actually, shouldn't be too bad on the stream. Like, much worse for me. Chat to him.
Hey, look, there.
No, I don't see anything.
Come, Louis, look. Someone's clearly drawn a 4 in the dust. I have a clue.
He's going to be disappointed when he sees the Bible's disappeared.
Does it repeat the same thing?
Hey, look.
No, I don't see.
Come, I have a...
He's going to be disappointed.
Okay, I grabbed the Bible already. Yeah, Washington. Oh, Johan var Volner, this is all we need. If he's there. Armillary sphere. Yeah!
Armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away.
Danke, danke. Oh. This.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Okay, well.
Golden elixir.
Perfecto. Oh my Days, oh my days, I'm trapped. The vigilance. Anything else we can acquire here? I don't think so. We'll look outside. Royal jelly. Eat it. Okay. I don't even know whose rooms these are. Enter though. Golden elixir.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
A real boost. This is Washington's room, no? So many golden elixirs, it's actually crazy. Actually crazy. This is Elizabeth Adams' room.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
More golden elixir. Man, my man, dude, it's too much. Way too much, man. Go that way. If we can talk with the Godoy, maybe. Godoy or Yaji. Oh, there he is. I think I've been to his room before.
Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve. Destruction of the Temple of Jerusalem by Francesco Hayez. The Roman destruction by Titus and his army. What violence!
Anything else here?
His Holiness Pope Pius VI by Pompeo Petoni. This should help Piaggio feel at home.
There he is.
I have no time to lose, so I might as well not bother him.
Oh, okay, I actually can't talk to him.
My dear Giuseppe, poor health forbids me from joining you. Please thank Sir Gregory for his invitation to Lord Mortimer's. I'm convinced you'll be able to strengthen our agreements. Please tell Sir Gregory that his enterprise concerning our friend, Cardinal Bishop Chiaramonti, is following its course. I place my trust in you. May God bless you and give you protection. SS Giovanni Angelico Praschi.
Okay. Just reading his letters right next to him.
Satan summoning his legions. This is rather surprising for the decoration of a cardinal's room.
Indeed.
Torquemada. Quite the contrast. Wow. The fanatical priest who created the Inquisition sends shivers down the spine.
What an interesting decor.
Venus and Cupid with a satyr by Correggio. Innocence, indiscretion, and lechery. Giuseppe must love that.
Okay. What else can you find here?
Love Triumphant by Caravaggio. Now there's someone for whom the sex of angels is no mystery.
Okay. What is this? Handwritten notes by Lord Mortimer. Ooh. Ooh.
The Lying Girl by Boucher. Here's a painting of mischievous eroticism. I wonder what Piaggio must think of this.
Ooh, what the heck?
The Rape of the Daughters of Lucipis by Rubens. Surprising choice for His Eminence Piaggi.
Yeah, is he... You have a twisted mind or something? What the hell is happening here?
Amber crystals.
Yes. What the heck, man? Oh, jelly. Eat it.
John the Baptist. Youth with a Ram. A Caravaggio. A very sensual vision and very far from the usual representations of St. John.
He's sending like some... You know? Liminal, whatever they're called, signals. To affect Piaggi's mind or something. You never know. No. Have I collected it? No. I need one more.
I have no time to lose, so I might as well not bother him.
Okay, bye. This was definitely useful.
Huh, that's me.
I don't think there's anything more in my room. We can maybe go to Godoy's room. I don't think I've searched it yet. Oh. No. Anybody here? I'm like water. Okay. Okay, we can go out here.
Manuel Godoy. A painting of himself in his room.
Wait,
Now that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty.
Did search this already.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Huh. Is there anything that I couldn't get because of lack of points though? Maybe. Double stone. Doesn't look like there's anything. Golden elixir. Nah, there's probably nothing outside. Okay, we can go to Mortimer's secret study. Grab the nails. Nails! I think I've searched everyone's quarters now, right? Personal quarters. That's where the parties are, right? Oh my days, really? Wait, what? What the heck? Oh wait, I ran past it, what? Okay. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Hello, Waldo, little boy. Okay.
Right. This time, it'll be a lot quicker. If I remember rightly, the code was 1191.
Okay, thank you. Can you do that yourself, please? Oh. 1191. 9-1. Okay. And then Mortimer, right inside. Right behind the wall, dude.
Of course.
1191. Let's have a look. Maybe nothing.
Weaknesses of the Human Psyche by Gilhelm Trimor.
Ooh.
Gilhelm Trimor. Trimor. An anagram of Mortimer. Wow. Arrogant enough to publish writings on mental control in full view of everyone. I wonder who he's writing for.
Wait a minute, maybe I can get some more
If Mortimer
stuff.
really is what my mother says he is, this map of the world's slave traffic is even worse than I thought.
Oh. Is like new perspective on some of this stuff?
If Mortimer's conference is successful, French forces on the North American continent could literally change the balance of competing armies. I don't understand why Washington would let it happen.
Okay, then we have some new stuff to say and stuff.
The map of Europe. Someone's written 26 million in France.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's locked.
Devil's Thorn. Okay. Nails!
There. Those are the nails I was looking for.
Analyze the nails.
I noticed they were old and rusty. But I hadn't noticed these traces of... Could that be blood? Is it really the relic of the Holy Cross? I can hardly believe it.
Ooh. Take the nails. Got everything. Unwritten laws by Lord Mortimer. Hell yeah, man. Thoughts of men and society. See, now I have a whole thing. Manipulation, psychology, and politics. Oh, how did I miss that last time? Or did I just appear? Ooh. Should have figured. Oh my. Can I just leave?
All right, come on. Let's get out of here. 6466, if I remember correctly.
Thank you. 6466. Okay, now I can go back. I can go down this way. I'm coming, mama. Coming, mama. Yeah, sure. Small salon. Da 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 da. Radio ici. Marmalade water. Okay. Yeah, I'm literally full on everything. Okay. Mama, I found everything. Got everything.
So,
I'm ready.
good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
Ask her what
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse.
Oh, jeez. Ask her what she chose.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
All right, my turn now.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
Shows Bethlehem 2 6. That cross. Roll panel. Oi, oi, oi. Guess a theme, then insert nails in the door. Okay. Let's use our full brain capacity here. Yeah, that's the painting is showing birth of Christ, right? Analyze the fresco.
The fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
I'll have to trust her.
Deduct this. What the hell? Logic difficulty 7. Well, I will use my occultism first to analyze the fresco.
Definitely a representation of the birth of Christ, but some of the details have flaked away. I can't see any other clues. One thing is for sure, this enigma deals with the life of Jesus, like my mother said.
Oh my days, bro, look how much it costs. I deduct a theme idea. Go back to the main menu. Analyze the whole door.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
Read the inscription. Recognize the towns, erudition level 2.
These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ.
Okay, that was for free as well. Go back, leave. Yes. What does this sphere tell me?
The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
Oh, really?
The cross is stuck in the mechanism. I can't do anything.
Okay.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas.
8 towns. Abu
Chapter
Ghosh.
3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash.
And the equivalent in the Gutenberg Bible. Go back to the lexicon.
Chapter 3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash.
Find the equivalent in the
Chapter
Gutenberg
3,
Bible.
verse 18. He that believeth in him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Chapter
There's
5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes. Chapter
Equivalent?
5, verse 2. Now, there is at Jerusalem, by the sheep market, a pool, which is called, in the Hebrew tongue, Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of the blind, halting, and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath.
Jeez. Bethlehem?
Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Teveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
Equivalent in the Gutenberg
Chapter
Bible.
2, verse 6. And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered of a child. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid.
Huh. Interesting.
Chapter 1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852. Chapter 1, verse 9. And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan. And coming up out of the water, he saw the heavens opened, and the Spirit like a dove descending upon him. Chapter 7, verse 11. Jesus went to Nain.
Okay, that's a lot.
Chapter 7, verse 11. And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and many people.
Jerusalem. Ooh. There's 2.
Chapter 14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his Last Supper in the cenacle in Jerusalem. Chapter 14, verse 22. And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed and broke it, and gave to them and said, Take, eat. This is my body. And he took the cup, and when he'd given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank of it. Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes. Chapter 5, verse 2. Now, there is at Jerusalem, by the sheep market, a pool, which is called, in the Hebrew tongue, Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of the blind, halting, and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed,
It's
and
the
walked.
same as Bethesda.
And on the same day was the Sabbath. Chapter 2, verse 2.
Lanuvium.
Publius Sulpicius Quirinius was born in Lanuvium. Chapter 2, verse 2. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria.
That's really not it, right? I mean, come on. Nazareth.
Chapter 24, verse 3. Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793, in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head. Chapter 24, verse 3. But when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were wondering about this, suddenly 2 men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them. In their fright, the women bowed down with their faces to the ground. But the men said to them, Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Remember how he told you while he was still with you in Galilee.
Oh, that's interesting. Birth, Trinity, resurrection. Birth.
Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Teveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem. Chapter 2, verse 6. And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered of a child. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. Chapter 2, verse and
Interesting. So this has nothing to do right now.
The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay. Hello. Never mind. Jeepers. I'm gonna do this, dude, because it costs 7.
If Mortimer deliberately set a trap by showing the birth of Christ, then maybe the solution is the contrary. The death of Christ in that case?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Papa Deluxe. Sorry, I'm so sorry. So Nazareth, huh? What is this effect that I have on me right now? Intoxicated dialogue timer sitting. Oh, we don't mind. Themes. Crucifixion.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Golgotha, and it was...
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he
1917. Golgotha. 14, 19, 17. Okay. Nice. That's correct, right? That was correct.
It works.
Well done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try
Nice.
connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
Is it fresco? We already did that. Analyze the holder, put in your hand. Analyze the inside
There
wheels.
must surely be a connection between the wheels.
Analyze the wheel of the
There are
icons.
different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels.
Advice from Sarah.
Mother, what do you think?
As I told you, I didn't get that far. Nevertheless, these icons do represent moments in the life of Christ.
Well, thank you. Wheel of
This
dates.
wheel contains several symbols made up of one or two figures and one letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year. A for April, and M for March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date.
Okay. Moons.
This wheel represents the different moons.
Symbols of the moons.
In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful.
Wait, what? Again? When in occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, cults is often associated with something harmful. The dark moon is up here, right? Back, look at the mechanism.
Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon.
Go back. Wait, can I move him? Insert nails, but I already have the nails in. Leave. Oh, I can move them here, huh? Turn the wheel of icons. What is that? Is that an icon here? Okay, the death. So probably this, right? This icon. What is this symbol here? I don't know if this is even a symbol. This would be when Jesus had a halo above his head. This water thing is probably baptism, right? What does this candle represent? Or this thing? Also, this doesn't link to anything. It doesn't stop anywhere. Wheel of the Moons. Like this, right? Something harmful. But I need to. I need to think about this. Study the sphere.
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescents, first quarter,
waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon.
Jesus. Let's focus on the...
The moon shadow moves from west to east.
Okay. Oh my jeez, what are these dates?
6th of Rajab, 611, waxing crescent.
Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Themes, already chosen the themes and all that, right? I don't know if this is
Chapter 19, verse 17.
Very
Jesus
neat.
was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a...
8 of Nisan, 3793.
Chapter 19.
8th of Nisan, 3793. 8th of... What the heck? Oh my... Please, bruv. Okay, That's the inside wheels, icons. Logic or recognize the icons or analyze the number of icons. Let's use occultism.
I think I can make out each one of the icons apart from the one covered in blood. Going clockwise from the one I just mentioned, we have the halo that represents the resurrection. The waves represent the baptism of Jesus. It's more difficult to identify the next one. Maybe a crib, and in that case it's surely linked to the birth of Christ.
Ah.
The red herring that my mother followed. Then, the symbol represents the crown of thorns that Jesus wore during his crucifixion. The dove also represents the baptism. Certainly another red herring. Then comes the symbol of the Trinity. And finally, the candle that must stand for the Last Supper.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I mean, I kind of got that. The Last Supper should be Jerusalem. Bottom. But then how come... Trinity. How could it possibly, link? Wait, what was I just saying? Last Supper, yeah, Jerusalem. The crucifixion, Bethesda. Oh, there's Bethlehem and Nazareth? Wait a second, what was Bethesda again? Let me read it.
Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes. Chapter 5, verse 2. Now, there is at Jerusalem, by the sheep market, a pool, which is called, in the Hebrew tongue, Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of the blind, halting, and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath.
What about Jordan?
Chapter 1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852. Chapter 1, verse 9.
Why are they
And it
linked?
came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan. And coming up out of the water, he saw the heavens opened, and the Spirit like a dove descending upon him. Chapter 1, verse 9.
It's so interesting. If
Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme.
look, shall we? The mechanism. Icons. I mean, icons is kind of like baptism, but baptism kind of be here, but this kind of works. Last Supper doesn't work. Oh, mate. I mean, for Bethlehem works. Last Supper works. Baptism doesn't work because it shows pointing to Nazareth.
Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme.
Dude. Difficulty 8, difficulty 4, 5. I'm gonna use occultism because it's the right icon, right?
To follow the crucifixion theme, I should select the crown of thorns.
What do you mean, select it? So, as in, like, point it to where it should be, right? Like here. Oh my. Okay, I think so.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Okay.
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
I think so. I think that's fine. I think we got that correct. But now the dates. That is so interesting. Why are the dates like that? That's the moon cycles. Dates. Like, what does it mean? Like this one?
30th of Ramadan, 554, waning crescent.
Okay, what does that tell me, man? 600 what?
During new moon, waxing crescents.
Dude, my guy. The wheel of dates. 1st, 3rd, 8th, 6th, 8th of April, 6th of March, 3rd of July, 1st of April, 17th of February. And the one we can't see, 29th of September, 26th of May.
Chapter 19, verse 7. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Roman...
Gee, like 3793. 8th Nisan.
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Doesn't tell me much, does it? Oh man. Why is Golgotha not here? Ah, 8th of Nisan. What is 8th of Nisan, bro? How do I know? 8th of April? Ah, brother, how are you supposed to know this? What the hell? Doesn't say anything, man. It doesn't say anything. 8th of Nisan, what does that tell
The
me?
moon shadow moves from west to east.
Cool.
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescents, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon.
Cool. I mean, I think this only gives me
6th of Rajab, 611, waxing crescent.
I don't know what it's supposed to give me, bro. Because, like, I mean, 3000 is like the only kind of somewhat close.
6th of Lyar, 3789, waxing crescent.
My days. Brother. 3rd of July. 8th of April. 6th of March. 17th of February. It's something we can't see. I don't know,
Let's
it's
see
the
what
wheels.
combination corresponds to the chosen theme.
The date. Oh my god. I need some help here. I need some help here. Oh, another one.
By following the clues in the Bibles and the architect's notes, the crucifixion took place on the 8th of Nisan 3793, according to the astronomers of that time. That would correspond to March 26th in the year 33 on a modern calendar.
March 26th. Wow, how am I supposed to work that out myself? How, dude? Dude, actually? Hello? How would I know that? How would I know that it's supposed to be 26th of March? Brother. That would correspond to 26th of March. Thank you. Wait, actually, like, I could know that. Wait, would it be today? God, today's 26th of March.
Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme.
It's 26th.
By following the clues in the Bibles and the architect's notes, the crucifixion took place on the 8th of Nisan 3793, according to the astronomers of that time. That would correspond to March 26th in the year 33 on a modern calendar.
Wow. Okay, so now how do I guess the moon? Where's the moon cycles? Here, 26th. Dude, I don't understand what these dates even show. Huh.
Eighth of Ramadan, 553, waxing crescent.
553.
The moon shadow moves from west to east.
Wait, on the back of the message is written, "My lord, I have finished prayer." Oh my god, there's notes. Oh my god, oh my days, there's notes. Okay, wow, now it says it right here though, doesn't it? 8 Nisan, 26th of March, 33, 7 Shaban, 607. 7th of Shaban, right?
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
First quarter. Wait, what?
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
What does first quarter mean again?
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon.
Just the second one in the yeah, waxing crescent, first quarter. From left to right. So it starts off with a new moon like this. Then it turns. But which way? This or this? I mean, yeah, it's turning more. Yeah, obviously, this way turning more white, this way turning more dark. This way turning more white, this way turning more dark. Brother, oh, brother. Does it matter if it's this or this? Oh no, oh no. From left to right. It goes from left to right. So it has to be this way. Has to be that way. Turn, 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 turn. Because if it's going from left to right when it's changing into something, if it's changing into the full moon, it needs to go from left and change to right. So it's going this way. There has to be this one here. Boom. Boom. Has to be this. It has to be this, right? I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. Oh no. Put in your hand.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Dude, it has to be, right? It has to be. Okay, give me a sec, 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 give me a sec. Okay, so Golgotha, we're going with the theme of crucifixion. Golgotha, we have the thorns. Crown of Thorns, yes. 26th of March. Which is the 8th of Nice. What does 8 of Nice and 3 mean? I already used my points, it has to be 26th of March. I used that on the 26th of March. And then it's changing from left to right, first quarter. So from the new moon, the whole dark moon, it's changing into the full moon, from left to right. That, yes, correct. So like waxing crescent, first quarter. But it has to be right, it has to be right. Alright. We might lose our goddamn hand.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
I'm pulling it, I'm pulling it, I'm pulling it, I'm pulling it.
I never doubted you, my son.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got all the keys that my mother asked me to find. I found my mother's lost cross. I reviewed the conference results with Manuel Godoy. I got some information about our military sphere from Napoleon. I found out that George Washington was still investigating the disappearance of my mother. I unlocked the first wheel of the crypt door. I cracked the code of the crypt door. Bum 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 bum. Easy, dude. Did I level up? I must have, right? Yeah, boy. Okay. Wait, get this psychology. Psychology. Oh no, I'll need one more. What is it gonna give me actually? You gain 1 extra effort point when you exploit a vulnerability. That's pretty useful. So I'm gonna go full on in psychology. What can I read? This is gonna give me psychology. Logic and linguistics. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Validate. Oh, okay. Oh, we're moving on. Trial of faith. Spearhead.